Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. First of all, I hope you really enjoyed the video that we released on Tuesday with Paul about pendulums. So today I want to talk to you about manifestation. So, I mean, for a lot of us, we have been focusing really hard at making sure we stay positive and focus on what we want to draw into our life and not what we're trying to get rid of. But I thought maybe we should just sort of drill down a little bit and give you some of the channeled information I received when I was trying to find out about manifestation, how it works, what the components are. So without much delay here, I'm just going to get started and share with you the channeled readings with regards to manifestation. So the first thing that I'm going to sort of give you is a like a bullet form of information. So when you're looking at manifesting, when you're learning the steps to it, these are the things that you need to remember. First of all, the ability to make manifest is one of the divine tools given to help a soul to create the life experiences they desire. Now remember, we all, on a basic and fundamental, know how to manifest because when we are in spirit form or energy form, we are literally able to manifest instantaneously. So this is not something that is that we have no experience with, okay? But in physical form, it's different because things don't instantly manifest. I mean, you can't, just instantly put a Ferrari in your driveway or a bag of money, in a box somewhere. Okay. So we're working with a dense energy, a dense planet. And so it's a little trickier to manifest. And I always encourage people to actually start with small things, but let's carry on. Okay. So most do not remember the extreme power of thought, and so do not monitor their thoughts carefully enough to ensure that which they want is what they end up creating. The first step is to focus on the desires because they empower and amplify. They come from the heart, right? And that's a very powerful chakra. What you want to do is you want to get in touch with the emotions and the energy of what it is you're trying to manifest. You need to be very careful with the words chosen, as the universe will produce exactly what you ask for. So this is one of the reasons that I often talk about keeping your thoughts positive, because negative energy, first of all, it attracts more negative energy. But there's sort of this crazy thing that goes on. It's almost as if the universe really doesn't hear the word, don't, or get rid of, or hate, right? And so you need to be very careful that everything you frame is framed in a really positive energy. And you also want to frame your statements as if they have happened. Sometimes a really good way to think about manifestation is to think of it as a television channel or a radio dial. And let's say you really are looking for a comedy, but your channel right now is on an action movie. You know that if you just change the channel, you will change your reality. You will change the reality of what you are watching, what you are looking at. It's sort of like that. If you can think about the fact that it's already available, that you simply are looking to draw it into your frequency, your vibrational level and energy. Perhaps that will be, helpful. Interestingly, as we watch over you on Earth, The most difficult of the steps seems to be the desire to feel, or sorry, the ability to feel the desire. So I want to just go back and finish going through the steps. I sort of jumped. So first step is to focus on what it is you're looking for. The second step is to ensure that you keep things very, very positive. The next, you're going to create the words or the affirmation that thank, confirm, and identify your desires. So, thank you very much, universe. I now have the most wonderful job. I'm happy. I'm productive. It satisfies my needs. I'm so grateful. End of discussion. You don't need to talk about your previous work experience or what you want, or the universe doesn't care. It's looking for straightforward positive affirmation statements in the present tense. That is how come, not to get political, but that is how come we have been really encouraging people to focus on not what you're trying to get out of the White House, but what you're really excited to bring into the White House. It's really, really important that those distinctions between, negative and positive thoughts really get clear in your head, because they are absolutely going to impact your ability to manifest what you want. And if you're not careful, they very much are going to create a manifestation of exactly the thing you're trying to get rid of, or an amplification of it. So, interesting, I'm going to read this. Interesting, as we watch over you on earth, the most difficult of these steps seems to be the ability to feel the desire. Without this powerful tool at your disposal, many of you are unable to create the desire. We always stand ready to help with this, but you must ask. As you are aware, we cannot interfere unless you are in mortal danger, unless we are specifically requested to help. Go to a place mentally or physically and daydream about what it is you wish to create. Feel the feelings connected with the fulfillment of this. Feel the impact of this on your day-to-day existence. Feel the joy, the freedom. Feel all of the feelings. If you are afraid to even dream it, how can the universe set into motion the manifestation? Because then the overlying emotion is fear, and the universe will deliver to you exactly as requested. You will become more fearful in your ability to manifest your desires, and then you start to compromise for fear that you want too much. Then the frustration, soon followed by anger, and before the blink of an eye, you are now dealing with an issue of faith and trust. So, let's say, for example, you are trying to manifest increased income, okay? And like I say, everybody wants to win the lottery. So literally, when you're trying to win the lottery, you are competing with however millions, hundreds of millions of other people who also want to win the lottery. You are far better off to ask the universe to bring to you, blessings of financial security, bring in another source of revenue, bring to you ideas on how that can be created in your life. But what you're wanting to connect with is not, okay, well, then I can pay the bills and I can finally get rid of, that credit card, or I can finally get the car repaired. It is the sense of relief and joy that the weight of financial pressure or insecurity is lifted. And, it's a fascinating thing, because the universe really, really will deliver, but you need to stay focused on the feeling and the energy that you're going to create and feel when the manifestation takes place. So it's far better dealing with sort of with money to focus on increasing your financial security versus winning a lottery, because someone's got to win the lottery, but you're in competition with a lot of people. When you are simply asking the universe to bring for you additional financial security, it's just you. You're not in competition with anybody. You're not trying to get the same money that your next door neighbor is, right? So, that's kind of part of what you need to think about here. Okay, and when that happens, you breathe the stress, the feelings, the lack of faith, the lack of trust, the anger. Breathe it away, get rid of it. And breathe in belief, and breathe in faith, and breathe in angelic lights, and then dream your daydreams. Focus on the feeling and know that it is the feeling that holds the energy that is the spark that creates or allows the manifestation to grow, okay? Now, another word or two on the power of thoughts. Understand you are all, each of you, manifesting the creation of your life every moment of every day. A few choose to manifest consciously. Most have forgotten and go through time manifesting unconsciously. This creates the experience of life happening to them and not a feeling of belief that each person is experiencing events, opportunities, and people exactly the way they desire. So again, one is sort of like life is happening to you and you're just sort of rolling along. And the other is, no, I'm in control of my life. These are the things I need. These are the things I need to accomplish. And there is a focus and the energy is positive because, you're creating change and clearly change that you're looking for or wanting. Too many have chosen to separate themselves from actually feeling what it is they're actually feeling. Instead, respond to life experiences as they have been told they should, never stopping to question if this response comes from a place of truth and integrity. It is a reflection of what you really believe and feel, or is it merely a habit? Trust when we say you arrived on earth clear and sure of your desires, goals, and purpose. It is really quite simple to ask for a subconscious reminder of these, perhaps while you were asleep tonight or during a meditation. So then the next question was, what is the process of instant manifestation? Here we go. There are a multitude of processes that fall under the category of instant manifestation. Some, in fact, may happen daily. You are looking for a parking space, and there one is. You think of someone, and the phone rings. This happens often and daily, and to those who are aware, there is a realization that this is a form of instant manifestation. So I am one of those people who, when I'm going somewhere, when I'm getting in my car and I'm going somewhere, the first thing I do when I get in the car is I say a quick prayer that literally boils down to harm to none. So I don't want me or my car to harm anybody else, and I don't want anybody to harm me or my car, okay? Then I'm driving and I'm now very secure about the fact that there is literally like a bubble of protection around me. You can also I personally have one. You can also ask for an angel to specifically be with you for specific things. So, for example, I have a driving angel who is always with me in the car and is ready literally to take the wheel or hit the brake if for some reason that is the action required and I'm not aware or reacting fast enough. And I'm telling you, it has happened where I've literally felt the wheel, the power, the control of the wheel been taken out of my hand as I'm going into like a spin, for example, on ice. And before I can quite understand exactly how it happened, the car is righted, it's going straight, and it's through the ice. Okay, so these are things you can call on, they're all available. Now, so let's say I'm going to a mall or I'm going somewhere where, parking isn't so great. So, kind of around the time I'm leaving the driveway, I'm like, angels, can you please bring me a really good parking spot? Can you bring me a spot that's close to this or by that entrance, whatever it is? And then when I get to where I'm going and there's the parking spot, the first thing I say is, thank you. And that is literally the steps and stages of manifesting something. The next kind, for example, is when you hold a question in your mind and very soon you see a book or overhear a conversation, hear a song, or some other signal or message that provides you with the road to insight. So this is the thing, right? Manifestation actually requires work on your part, okay? You have to be prepared to listen to the messages, hear what you're being told, and with trust respond to it if it seems safe and reasonable, so that you can move towards the creation of your manifestation. Next comes the times where you may see or feel the end result of something, an event or a situation, with no clear idea how that given result may manifest. But as you look back from a period of time removed, you can clearly see the steps you were guided to take, which resulted in the evolution of the idea or situation. Understand this, no miracles are bigger or more difficult than another. That parking spot or the pot of gold are equally easy. The variance comes from what the mind is able to accept as doable, and that which it believes is more difficult, okay? So maybe I think finding a parking spot is kind of easy. Maybe it's even a fluke. But I'm really, really scared that maybe I'm not going to be able to manifest some financial stability in my life. And then I start getting messages of or I'm seeing where I want to go, but I can't see the steps. And so that is when you start listening to your messages and take the steps one at a time. Thoughts are the building blocks. That is how, for example, a healer is able to heal. They simply do not see the dis-ease as anything real, and therefore are able to assist in the healing. This channel is clear that communication with higher vibrational realms is real and available, and so therefore that is exactly what happens, right? I have not a doubt or a question in my world about the energies that are around me, about the divine beings that are around me, the help that they are prepared to offer, and nor am I really concerned about achieving some of the goals I want to achieve, because I understand that once I the intention for the goal, when I step back in faith and trust that that is going to come about, I then am really aware and looking for the steps and stages. And at that point, I simply need to have trust and faith that this, whatever it is unfolding in a way that is going to bring me what I'm looking for. Remember, faith or belief is simply the expectation of manifestation. When you just gently push away all disbelief, what was once unbelievable not only becomes believable, but in fact becomes faith and the expectation of manifestation. So really, the question becomes, how does one suspend or eradicate the thoughts that inhibit your ability to cause manifestation? First and most powerful is the true and irrefutable fact and belief that your prayers and desires are returned to you answered. Secondly, it is the ability to visualize the future event or situation that you desire to cause. When using this powerful tool, understand it is not the details that are important. The feelings, the power of emotion, that is the power you must tap into. The trick is not to get caught up in the details. Let's say, for example, you are going to visualize a change of employment or residence. The focus is not on when, where, how, but the joy and satisfaction that this new environment will create within your life and growth experience. That is the focus of the visualization, because that becomes the fuel that brings the situation to combustion or the boiling point of manifestation. Thirdly, putting into words the expectation of this event or situation creates not only clarity, but becomes a tool of the expectation. And fourth, you without doubt follow the intuitive feelings or direction that you then receive, and to accept the guidance that will almost always come one step at a time. Your earth angels are very fond of, you earth angels, us guys, are really fond of seeing the big picture. This is often counterproductive. Accept the small steps. Timing is also another factor that needs to be addressed when it comes to manifestation. For without doubt, there are times when certain events or situations need to be addressed first, or certain events must first take place to allow the foundation to be built strong. What good is accomplished if the foundation is ready to crumble before the manifestation is set into place? It would be wise to see the ability to make manifest, much like the waves of the sea, ever rushing to shore, each wave an opportunity, never ending, the ebb and flow, much like breathing in and out. So if events are not moving as quickly as you desire, first look to the quality and quantity of your quiet listening time to determine if you are actually taking the time required to hear the guidance. You may also want to consider looking at surrounding events to see if, in fact, events are indeed shifting, but perhaps not the way you expected. You therefore are not seeing the truth that is right in front, that is right before your eyes. The smallest flower and the biggest tree both started as a seed. You are never given a vision or dream without the ability to make it manifest, nor are you encouraged to follow a path that will cause ruin or hardship. That is why taking the time to listen is so important. The waves continue coming to shore whether or not you see them. Likewise, do the opportunities to fulfill your destiny. Many times it is not divine timing that causes the delay, but just another missed wave. Quiet the mind, still your breathing. Go deep into your sacred center to discover the golden pathway, and therein lies the answers to what next, how next, and when next. Never forget, in terms of the soul's growth, you were not intended to be stagnant, but to constantly continue the growth process. Unfortunately, many have forgotten that the fastest way to growth is often through stillness. All of your God-given tools are inborn to be utilized. Use them in love and light, and your pathway will be gentle and ever evolving. We remain at this time Masudius. Okay, lots and lots and lots of food for thought in that information. And I will revisit this again. I'll probably do a direct channeling on it a little ways down the road, to help us maybe gain some more insights or tools. But for right now, that's a fair bit of information. So feel those feelings of yours. Don't be afraid of them. They're going to bring you what it is that you desire. And certainly, they're very capable of bringing you that which is your destiny. Until next time, stand in your power and stand in your light. Bye for now.